All right, guys. I want to do a little review on the show from first season only. There's 3 seasons currently out right now, and it's really overhyped. And um, honestly, it's a really good show. I mean, the first season, I'll give it a.
He hasn't even watched it, you guys.
I'll,
He's
prob-
bullshitting.
I'll probably give it a strong 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a 9. I'll go as far as that. But basically, this show, I'm on season 2, and I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Like I'm trying to make like theories and shit, but nothing makes sense in the show, and I think that's what I like about it. But it's this October, Halloween's coming up, so this is an amazing show to just binge watch, just watch it while you guys eat, or if you know, are by yourself, eat by yourself, I guess. But basically, I'll just go into a little summary, and then I'll go a little bit into spoilers. Okay, so we start off with a family of 4, a dad and a mom, and their son and their daughter, who is a little older than the son. The son's probably like 5, 6, maybe 8. I would even go as far. But basically, they're doing a road trip. They have an RV, and they stumble across a tree that's fallen. They get out and checks it out. The father, of course, of the family, he looks up. There's crows, and this is very important because he gets back into the RV, uh, tries to run back, uh, run it back with the RV, go backwards, maybe try another street. But he ends up in the town, and this town is fucking cursed. It's like purgatory. You cannot leave once you get into this town. He tries to drive in circles. He just keeps driving down the road, and he keeps ending up in the town. He goes like 5, 6 times. It didn't suit anyway. It's a couple of hours. Um, you know, he's stubborn, so he keeps going. Eventually, they try to stop him, but it's a little too late because another car spawns in, and basically they almost crash because the other car, they're drugged up, So um, then the sheriff and everyone comes and checks it out, um, and this is where shit gets a little crazy. The sheriff, so the son of the family, he's trapped because his leg is impaled by a table, and then the sheriff comes. He goes for the medic, which is like a third year student, uh, but she's all they got. So the sheriff stays there with the medic, and they put the talisman in the RV, and then we find out what's going on. So in this town, there's monsters that come out at night from the forest, and they look like regular people. But once they come into contact with you, they fucking just grab your ribs and fucking open them up, and they take all your organs that are inside. It's very gruesome, and it's probably the best idea for gore that I've seen. Um, we don't know anything about these monsters. This is how it goes. But yeah, that's how it ends up. Now I'm gonna go into the spoilers. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. Obviously, it's been out for a while. I think right now it's like 6 days left for free on HBO Max, so make sure you go watch it. We're gonna go into spoilers now. Uh, Dude, honestly, the fucking season finale is crazy, dude. They're trying to put like this signal antenna on top of the house, the colony house, and then we got fucking the sheriff going out for a voyage in the woods. The priest dies. He's my favorite, but he ends up dying, Father Katri. And then Boyd, the sheriff, he goes out with the girl who hears voices. Obviously, the father makes contact through the radio, and it warns him that his wife is going to be in trouble, um, that she shouldn't be digging the hole. So he takes it as a threat, but he also sees it as like maybe a warning. Someone's warning him, which is pretty important in the second season so far. But basically, like Boyd goes on this whole expedition. The first night, he puts a talisman in the tent, gets rattled, and then he hears noises, sees fucking lighthouse just beaming. It's dude. Honestly, when I watch the show, I don't know what the hell's going on. I can't even draw a conclusion. They wake up, and there's a bunch of spider webs. He tries to go up the hill, but he can't make it because, forgot to mention, he follows a voice of his wife that died, and a bunch of spiders just ambush him and bite him all over. So he's a little, poisoned or fatigued or whatever, but he can't keep going through the forest. It starts raining because of the storm, because they piss off whatever this place is, and they find out that, well, this is just my theory, but they kind of insinuate that there's different tiers in the distance in the forest, and those different distance tiers are like different monsters, and whatever they're facing right now, it's fucking nothing compared to the other monsters that are in this forest. But basically, they try to get to the lighthouse. They can't. So a little white ghost boy tells the girl that listens to voices to try to kill a little kid because of the voices. Mind, I just add right here, but ends up killing her brother. Um, she ends up seeing this little boy that warns him and tells him to go into a tree. These trees, there's holes in the tree, and fucking if you go inside of it, you get teleported RNG. You get teleported wherever in this place, and you could spawn inside a mountain. You can spawn by the town. You can spawn wherever. You could spawn like 5 feet deep down into the ground. Um, I think the lady who hears voices, she goes somewhere around near town, because she later comes into the basement where the priest had her at the beginning just to hide out, and then Boyd spawns in a dungeon, which is like 4 walls, and it's fucking terrifying. Just imagine just spawning somewhere randomly where you're just entrapped. He ends up hearing a voice. The voice helps him. Throws a rope down. He climbs up, and then he sees that it's an old man dangling from the dungeon, and he's got a he's also a marine. He's got a marine tattoo, so he tells him, "Hey, I'm not gonna leave you." The old man's like, "Once that music stops," which is like a music box, you're doomed. You're done. The monster's gonna get you. And then he ends up helping him take off one of the chains. The old man's begging the sheriff to just, I'll delete him, and then he won't. Takes off one of the chains, so the guy cuts him, and cuts the sheriff, and transfers the worms that he has in his blood into him, and says, "My blood is your blood." And then Boyd ends up getting these worms in his arm, and they're basically what we kind of think and have heard is basically the worms is a curse that it keeps you from dying, but it also feeds off your pain. So the old man wanted to die so badly that he transferred it to Void. Later in season 2, that shit goes crazy. But that's about for season 1. Oh, and then a fucking bus shows up out of nowhere while all this shit's going on. Pretty good show. Make sure you guys go watch it. Season 2, I'll talk about it when I'm done with it. But season 3, I heard is pretty bad because it doesn't push the narrative or the story, the plot. Which doesn't help because we don't know what the fuck is going on. So I think the creator might have writer's block, or he just wrote himself into a corner. But we'll see. This might be another Attack on Titan season finale for all I know, or One Piece if fucking, the writer creator figures out what's going on. But yeah, that's about it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.